Good morning. Hi. We were gonna start in 1 second. Let's wait for more people to join, and let me clean the board real quick. How are you? Are you guys staying safe and at home? I tried to go to the grocery store yesterday, but now I think about it, I just didn't. And I baked my first cake yesterday. It was a huge success. I eat half of them. It's really good. Okay, where is everybody? Hi, Fred. I saw you video last time. I know how to use that now. But the problem is, when I don't know. I have to like afterwards. I have to like delete all of them. It's just too much. So I'm gonna just start a new Google document and type in whatever I need to say to you. Okay. Good morning. Hi. We only have 10 people with me today, so like feel free to ask any question. Um, I think I think people probably forget, but it's okay. We will just go over the material. They can watch the video later. Hi, Mia. Yeah, I know. Saturday, Sunday will be bad. Oh, I don't know. Hi, Taylor. Uh, all right. So let's start with review what we did last time. Okay, let me take the screen back on me and pull up the. Okay, so just for you to know what I'm talking about, so I can like write something down. So I created this document. I can share with you guys if you need, but it's just basically what I want to say. So if you didn't hear me, you can see it here. So quick review. Oh, let me pull up the video from my another computer too, so I can see your comment. Okay, just give me 1 second. Oh, your biology session is 11:30. Mm. Uh. Okay, raise your hand if you need to go to bio. Not raise your hand, like just tell me. Um. Okay, so let me talk to her. So, do you guys know how often she will do it? Like, uh, I mean, like how many days a week? Do you guys know? All right, so how about this? I will let you guys go today at 11:30, and when you figure out, let me know, and I will send her an email too. And if you are doing it like us, like 2 or 3 times, we probably don't need to change time. Otherwise, I probably will change my session, or maybe let her change her session. We don't know. We'll make it work. Is that okay? All right, I will let you guys go at 11:30 today, okay? And we will meet again tomorrow at 11, so you guys can give me an idea of what you're doing over there, okay? All right, so only half an hour today, so we need to get it going, okay? So over here, just a quick review of last time. So last time, first thing we restricted. What is restricted? Okay, I don't know. I don't know how to fix that. Okay, quick review for the last time. The first thing we learned is called a point estimator. Point estimator is a statistic. It can be mean, proportion, or anything. Okay, max, minimum, whatever. Statistic that provides an estimate of a population parameter. basically it's just a characteristic that help us to predict the parameter for the we get something from our sample and we use it to predict for our population. That is the point estimator. And then we learned the point estimate. Point estimate is basically like what you guys tell me last time. It's just a value of the statistic. So for example, if my statistic is mean is equal to 36, and then the point estimate is that 36. Okay, it's a value. Okay. And the next thing we learn is called confidence interval. Confidence interval is the interval of plausible, which is a fancier way to say possible, values of a parameter based on a sample data. So sometime if we have a statistic saying the mean of the of the sample is 36, for example, if we use them saying the sample mean is 36. We can't say the population mean is 36, right? So we use a range of value. So we can say, okay, from 33 to 38 is our confidence interval, and we are confident, we are how many percent confident that our population mean is in between of these two values. Okay, all right. So then we talk about the confidence level. Basically, confidence level is the overall success rate of the method used to calculate the confidence interval. How to interpret that is if the confidence level is 95%, you will say we are 95% confident that the interval from, let's use the confidence interval we did before, 33 to 38 capture the whatever the, you will say the true, on the example here it will be true mean, population mean is 36, population mean. Okay, you can end here. And in a real question, you have to be specific. What is a population mean? You will say, like last time we see a lot of example. Maybe if you say how many people like strawberry ice cream, you will say the mean. I don't know. That is a proportion question, right? But anyway, we will see more today. So you need to be specific. What is your true population mean is? Okay. All right. If you didn't write it down, that's fine. I will share with you, and also you can you can pause the live very quick and to write it down. So I will not wait, and I will just switch back to the PowerPoint. Again, if you need it, just pause it and you can like watch it later. Okay. Okay. So this is what we learned last time. Oh, another thing is margin of error. I need to go back to that. Of error basically is the max in the interval. We will use the upper bound. I don't want to confuse you. Bound of interval subtract by the point estimate. Okay, so if we draw a picture, you will have, looks like this. Point estimate is in the middle, margin of error is left and right to the point of estimate. okay, and the confidence interval is over here, and we said we are C% confident that our that the interval from what to what capture the parameter. All right, so I understand maybe it's still a little blurry, and also I don't know how online learning do to you. So I prepared some assignment for you during Friday and spring break. I will talk about it in a little bit. Okay. All right. So let's start with understanding what is confidence interval. Okay, so can you see my screen? Let me make it bigger. Yes, I will share the document with you. All right. So over here, they are it's a random sample generator. So basically over here is saying, okay, the confidence level we have is 95 and the sample size we have is 20, and like they gonna generate a random sample for me. Okay, so if I hit the first sample, you will see this is our first sample. This is the point, and from here to here is our confidence interval, and in the middle is my point estimator. Okay, and the stuff on the top is our population distribution. So basically here is my true mean, okay, which is the population mean. Okay, so let's keep doing different samples. I will do 10, okay? Let me do another 10. Okay, I will do another. I will do, hold on, let me reset this. Let me do 50. Okay, let's do 25. All right, so I generate the 50 sample, and you can see like most of them are gray and some of them are red. So anybody can tell me what do you think the red one means? Anybody? All right, give me 1 second. I need to check on the dog very quick. Balto. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Put the link to the website. Oh yes. Well, Julia, the website is on my PowerPoint. In my PowerPoint on page. Let me see what page is it. Page 11. There's a link over here. Okay. And okay, I saw your comment. The red one means it's outside the confidence interval. Exactly. Okay. So the red one is the outside of the confidence interval. Just look at, I generate 50 sample and 2 of them are outside. And if 2 of them are outside, so which means how many of them are inside? So will be 50 minus 2 is 48, right? So 48 is inside the interval. What is the percentage? So it will be 48 divided by 50, which is 94%. Do you agree with it's very close to this 95%? Oh, over here they have percent of hate is 94%. Okay. There are two of them outside the interval. So if I generate more samples, let's see, we will think the percent of hit will be closer and closer to 95. Okay, let me just keep doing that and see if we will be closer to 95. It seems like it's like stuck on 94. See, it like go 94, 95, and see, eventually they end on 95. Okay, so which is means the confidence interval, when you interpret the confidence level, you need to mention, like, if you generate a lot of sample, again, our many again, we generate a lot of sample, then what is the percentage of them are inside the interval. So over here, okay, my desk is a mess. Over here, that is your how to interpret the confidence level. To interpret the confidence level C, you're gonna say, if we were to select many random sample from a population and construct a C confidence interval using each sample, about how many percent? In our example before, it's 95% of the interval will capture the parameter. Okay, so this is how you interpret a confidence interval. So I want to put it back and highlight this one. And the other one for you. Okay. This is how you interpret confidence interval. Okay. And the other one is how to interpret confidence level. They look very similar, but they are and also like they are talking about the same story, okay? But the way you interpret is different. So interpret confidence level, you will say, if we were to select many random sample. So this is the first keyword here. You're gonna select many random sample. From a population. And construct a C percent confidence interval using each sample. So what does this mean is, if you go back to here, this is the confidence interval for each sample, confidence interval for each sample, confidence interval for each sample. Okay, I cannot find it. For each sample, about C percent. Over here we did 95% of the intervals would capture the parameter. Okay, so these two are different. Like, these two are different ways to interpret it. And I think the way the AP test will test you most likely will be a multiple choice question. So you need to know, to find the keyword, and you're gonna say percent of the intervals will be captured in what. And over here, another thing I will need to remind you, which is I think very important, never say probability of what. Probability of the parameter. Probability of the parameter is in the interval. Because a lot of time you will understand it because it's the probability of the parameter is inside the interval is blah blah blah. You will understand like that, but this is not true. How to cross it out? this is like, be careful. This is not a right way to do it. We will explain to me why it is not true. Okay. Okay, this is not true. And at this question, will confidence interval always be 95%? That's a very good question. 95% is a lot of time biology and statistic use, and some of times we also use 97.5%. It's not always true. And sometimes we use 88%. It depends on what percentage they give you, and you need to know how to calculate the confidence interval, which we haven't learned yet, but it's not always be 95%, but 95% is, I would say, one of the most common used ones. Okay. Cross off is shift out of 5. Let me see. Shift. It's not. Okay, I don't know. It's just you gonna tell this is not true. Okay, not true. Okay, let me go back to the PowerPoint. Let's look at one example. You need to know how to interpret the confidence interval. Okay, I will just write it on the bottom. Basically, you're just using the format. Okay, let me upload this link to the Note AP Stats Note 319. Alright, let me see. Get a shareable link. Okay, I'm posting in Google Classroom right now. So you can see it. You can copy paste and make your own copy and stuff. Alright, I shared. Alright, so I'm gonna type in the format and you're gonna help me fill in the blank, okay? So if we were to select many random samples from a population and construct what level of confidence interval? Is it 95? Yep, 95% of confidence interval. Thank you. Using each sample about how many percent? Again, it's the confidence level, right? 95% of the intervals would capture the population. And what is the parameter in the contest? What is the parameter in the contest? And what is the parameter of the contest? So for the parameter, it's a mean, a proportion, a standard deviation, a median or maximum. What is that? It's a proportion. Thank you, Tatiana. The true proportion of what? I know I have a little delay, so I can see you are not where I am yet. Okay, very good. People vote for all the people, all the registered voter vote for, very good, for candidate date. Thank you so much. That's it. Okay, so if we were to select many random samples from a population and construct a 95% confidence interval using each sample, about 95% of the intervals would capture the true proportion of all registered voter vote for candidate A. Okay, so this is how you do this one. All right, so again, here's my note, which is also on my notes. The confidence level does not tell us the probability that a particular confidence interval capture the population parameter. Do not, please, do not use the word probability, okay? It's just the percentage of how much it can capture in the sample we generated. It's not the probability. Do not use that. Because if you think about it, let's go back to this screen. So for this sample, the probability of it capture the parameter, this is not, like, this is a fact, it is not. So for this one, it's a 0%. For this one, it's actually 100%. So you, like, there is no probability. This word is super not clear in the situation. Okay, so do not use that. All right. Thank you guys. Okay. Awesome. So if you do not have biology, I will go over example 4 with you together. Okay. If you have biology, do not worry about it. Just watch maybe the last. We will probably going for another 10 minutes. Just watch us for 10 minutes after you have time. So guys, if you have biology, I will see you tomorrow at 11. Is that okay? And say bye before you go, okay? If you have biology, say bye to me. If you don't have a biology, just wait for me a second. Let's finish next question. All right, bye. Okay, Michael, do you have biology? You do. Okay. All right, I will see you tomorrow at 11, guys. Bye bye. And please ask Miss Heckman what's her plan, okay? So I can figure out a plan together. I can change my time. I have a session before that, but it's flexible. All right. Bye bye. Bye. Bye, Kaylee, Nancy, Ashley. Bye, Darren. Bye, Matesh. Bye, Julia. Bye, Nadia. All right, if you are still with me, let's look at one more example. Feel free to stop me, ask any question, okay? All right, let's look at this example. And then we're gonna interpret the confidence interval and confidence level and calculate the point estimate and margin of error. It's basically a summary of what we learned recently, okay? Okay. Okay, let me set it up. Done. Okay, if you cannot see the PowerPoint very well, please go to the Google Classroom and pull up the slides. Okay, the question is, the Pew Research Center and Smithsonian Magazine recently quizzed a random sample of 1,006 US adults on their knowledge of science. One of the questions asks, which gas make up the most of the Earth's atmosphere? Hydrogen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, or oxygen. A 95% confidence interval for the proportion would correctly answer nitrogen is uh, from 0.175 to 0.225. Number one, interpret the confidence interval. So when you interpret the confidence interval, what are you gonna do? is you're gonna say, okay, we are how many percent confident that blah 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 will happen. Okay, so for this one, you're gonna like plug in your format of saying it. You will say we are how how many percent confident. So over here, the confidence interval is 95. So it's 95% confident that the interval blah 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 can capture our true value. Okay, so that the interval from what to what, you will say from 0.175 to 0.225 capture the true parameter. So in this one, our parameter is the proportion. You need to write it down, the parameter. Is the confidence? Rachel, the confidence level is not always 95. 95 is the most common one we use in science and statistic. Okay, a lot of time they can use 97.5%, they can use 88%. Both of them are very common as well. Not always 95. Thank you for asking. Capture the true parameter. We said the parameter is a proportion, right? True proportion of what? Of all the people. Or you can say all the people would answer the question correctly. Correct answer is nitrogen, right? Okay. We are 95% confident that the interval from 0.175 to 0.225 capture the true proportion of all the people who would answer the question correctly, which is nitrogen. Amount of nitrogen. Yep. All right. So this is how you're gonna interpret confidence interval. Number two, we're gonna interpret the confidence level. We said to interpret the confidence level is a little different. The percentage we are talking about is in many sample. What is the percentage of the sample will capture the true value? So we're gonna use this template. So I will just paste it because I'm lazy. Okay. If we were to select many random samples from a population and construct over here, we're gonna do 95% confidence interval using each sample. About C% of the intervals, again, C% is 95% of the intervals would capture again the parameter, capture the true proportion of all the people who answer the question correctly. So again, do you see over here they are talking about exactly the same story, just use different language? Can we only say sample or do I have to be specific? Yes, so Riley, if you are talking about many random samples over here, you just say random sample, because many random sample over here is we are seeing a method. The method is the SRS method. So random sample is actually a whole thing. You do not to describe what sample it is. But over here, when you gonna fill in your parameter, you cannot just say the true proportion. You have to actually say the true proportion. What is the true proportion? It's the all people who answer the question correctly. Does that make sense? So for the sample part, you do not need to like say what sample it is, but for the parameter, you need to say what actually the parameter is. Okay. All right, keep asking questions. I have a screen to see your questions. I will keep answering if I see it. Okay. Next one, calculate the point estimate and margin of error. So point of estimate. Point of the estimate we said is in the middle of confidence interval. So what is exactly in the middle of this confidence interval over here? So what should you do? We did it yesterday, right? What do we do? You try it yourself. Find the average. Okay. All right. How to find the average? Very good. We just add them together, divide by 2. 175 plus 0.225, and we're gonna add them together and divide it by 2. And which Sabrina already gave me answer. I just gonna steal her answer, put it here. C equals to 2. 0.2. Okay. All right. So 0.2 is a point of estimate. Okay. And then the interval and then the margin of error, we said that margin of error is the distance between our upper bound to the point of estimate or the lower bound to the point of estimate. So again, if you want to use this picture, which I like it very so much that I have to see you every second. Okay, if you want to look at this picture, so point of estimate is exactly in the middle of margin of error is the distance from left to right. So margin of error will be, you can do 2 minus 0.175 is equals to, okay, what is that? Okay, 0.2 is 0.025. Am I right? Or you can do 0.225 subtract. Okay, 225 subtract by 0.2. You get the same thing. Okay, 0.025. Awesome. So this is your margin of error. Okay, next one, they ask you if people guess one of the 4 choices at random, so 1 out of 4, which is 25%, will get the answer correct. Does the interval provide convincing evidence that less than 25% of all US adults would answer this question correctly? Explain your reasoning. Okay, yes or no? Do you think they have enough evidence to say less than 25% of them can answer the question correctly? You need to look at your confidence interval. Okay, what do you think? Yes. Okay, I have 1 yes. Let me collect 5 answers, then we move on. Okay, I have another yes. What about other people? What do you think? So here is our confidence interval, right? So they said they want to compare with 25%. Is everything in here is less than 25%? Everything in the interval, okay, everything in the confidence interval is less than 25%. Okay, therefore we have enough evidence to say all less than 25% of all US adults would answer this question correctly. Awesome. That's it. Okay, good job, Kennedy. Okay, that's it. So, and I have just one tiny thing to tell you about the margin of error, and I think we can do it tomorrow and when everybody is here. Okay, and we have one more example for you, then we're done for 8.1. So our plan for tomorrow is, let me pull myself up so I will pretend you can actually like see me. Okay, it froze. Okay, let me see. All right. So our plan tomorrow. Tomorrow we will meet again at 11 o'clock, and that will be the last session for before spring break. Okay, so during spring break, I will not meet you. I hope you just relax and enjoy. But I do have three things for you, like three Khan Academy want you to practice on during the spring break, or you can just do it tomorrow after our session. That's fine. It will not take you too long. It's just three videos, and each video is like about 5 minutes long. I just want you to watch it and watch the example on there and make sure you know everything. Okay, so tomorrow I will meet you at 11, and today I will post on Google Classroom the three videos I want you to learn. And in tomorrow's session, I will finish it up. I have one more example to show you, and then we will gonna do one big practice problem with you. And since it's online, so I cannot really give you a daily quiz on that. So I will talk to the people in school and see how they do it. Either I will post the paper and you will just do it at home and send me a picture back, or just bring me that worksheet back after the break. All depends on how many days we will be out. Okay, so okay, I'm just repeating myself now. But anyway, so tomorrow is the last session before the spring break. After spring break, I will see you on Monday. And in tomorrow's section, it's just finish up 8.1 and review. Uh, and homework is three Khan Academy videos. Okay? And you need to watch them before the end of the spring break and figure out everything in 8.1. Okay. So I think that's it for today. If you can get hold of your friends in biology class, which I guess we have 15 of you guys there, so please let them know. We will have a session tomorrow, and everything else just check on your Google Classroom. Send me email if you have any question. Okay, and I will end here for today. I hope you have a good time at home and be safe. Do not go out if you don't need to. And I heard Princeton High School, they have free lunch or free breakfast, whatever. Uh, I I don't know if you need it. If you need it, please contact the district and see where you can pick it up. If you don't need it, just let people around you know. Okay? All right. Okay. As always, go Wax. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Bye, guys.